Hello and welcome to Slice Print Roleplay. What you're looking at is a Hero Forge Mini. If you don't know what Hero Forge is, I highly recommend checking them out. It's an awesome service where you can custom design pretty much anything you want for any mini. This one in particular is a half-orc berserker. I think that they make great models. You can get some really awesome designs from them, but one of the major issues that I have with them is a pretty minor one. Let me show you what I mean. First of all, I'm using Meshmixer. It's a great program that I think offers a lot of really good features and is completely free. I'm going to go to Transform, pull this up off the build plate a good way so we can take a look underneath. And what you'll see here is that the base on this model is actually, it's got a dome to it. So it's got this lip on the side here, and there's two issues with this. First of all, this lip is all that's going to adhere to your build plate. So specifically with resin printing, this is a problem because you're now going to reduce the amount of adhesion that you have in your bed to just this area here. And also because this being a sort of a dome shape, resin's going to fill in this void, and when it goes to cure this part of the model here, you're going to end up with a good bit of extra resin in there. And from experience, this doesn't tend to cure very well. You get kind of flaky, gross resin under the bottom here. So this is the best and quickest way that I've found to resolve that problem. You're going to go to, with the model selected, you're going to go to Plane Cut. Then you're going to pull down on this blue arrow. And this, you can tell the tool here isn't moving in a very fluid manner. That's because the points in which it's stopping at are pretty far apart. So in order to reduce that, all you have to do is just click on the down arrow on your keyboard. Just do it a couple of times, and what you'll find is this will move a lot more fluidly. And that's because you're reducing the distance in between it, the points in which it stops. So we're going to move it down until basically what we're looking for is we're trying to find a point in the model that's going to give us a solid base. So here you can see on the outside here this dark green edge, and that's what we're going to cut. But because this isn't one color, we still have a bit of a dome here. So you want to go up until this is all a uniform color, giving us all one flat surface. So we're going to keep moving this up just a little bit until there. So now, if we hit cut, what you're going to end up with is a nice flat base on this model. So it's all going to print flat on the build plate, and this is going to be the area that adheres. So the two settings you want to make sure you have selected are cut discard half and remesh full. What that means is it's going to discard the area that we've cut here, obviously, and remesh means that it's going to fix the area that we're cutting here, so it's going to have a nice clean edge to it. So you're going to hit accept. Then again, with the model selected, you're going to hit align, and that's going to pull it down onto the bottom of the plate. It's not a big deal if you don't remember to do that. Just the issue is that when you go to export this, then it's going to be floating up in the air. So when you go to put it in your next model for slicing and supporting, it's going to end up being up in the air. So hit accept. Now there's one other thing that I should mention about Hero Forge models. This isn't on all of them, but whenever I go to export here, I'm just going to call it Hero Cut. When I go to save, it's going to pop up with this window. Now what it's saying is that it's finding some issues with this model. It's not a big deal, but what I recommend is saving it anyway, hitting continue, and once this finishes out and you get this model with this cut base, I would put it into Prusa Slicer or use the Netfab tool to repair some of these issues. It's probably minute issues that are on the inside of the model, but it's still something you want to make sure you clean up just in case it causes an issue. Alright, so hopefully that helps you guys out, makes your printing process a little easier. This isn't a big issue if you're going to be printing flat, or if you're not going to be printing flat on the build plate, but I tend to like to do that, so this was my workaround for it. I also don't really worry so much about the distance that or the little bit of material I cut off the plate or off the base for the model. Doesn't really seem to make it that much lighter. But yeah, hopefully it helped you guys out. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll have more for you in the next couple of days here. Thanks, guys.